I never pilot batched, I never tried sampling or making test batches. I just know when I got to make a new beer today, and then I see what I have, and I do it, and 15 minutes later I'm brewing. If you're smart, you would test batch stuff and tinker around, but I always liken it to if you're a chef and you know what you're making food, you start knowing what the ingredients do and what they're going to taste like. That's the best way I explain it. You see what it tastes like before you make it. Every time it's come out in the ballpark, if not on the infield, of what I thought it would be. Our friends down at Pinckney Bend, they started barrel aging gin, and the gin is a very herbal. The only thing I see where that would work well with would have been my Hibiscus Wit, which is a Belgian wit beer, which is kind of spicy and fresh and tart and clean to start with.
This is gorgeous. Is this the hibiscus that you were talking about?
That's the hibiscus that sits in that wood. That's been in there for about 6 weeks now. So the color's gotten darker. Now, normally it's kind of a pink. I know it looks pink now, but the color is definitely changing from the wood, I think. But I haven't sampled this yet. It smells sweet.
Oh, wow.
It's definitely different from the normal hibiscus, yeah.
That's really complex.
The gin's really doing it.
It really is. I mean, so you get all that wonderful kind of like herbal, floral character from the gin, but then obviously hibiscus has that tart. Is it what you were expecting?
There's more than I was expecting. I really like it.
Me and Steve kind of hit it off one time at a beer festival. He'd been doing some interesting stuff out here that I really wanted to learn from and see what he's doing, see his methods and his madness. And in January, I left the former place and came out here. The base beer that I'm working on is Katie. It's a barrel-aged Britannia Hibiscus beer. We put it in neutral oak barrels, which were formerly wine barrels. And but today I'm putting it on peaches in a tank and let it age on peaches, give it a little bit more residual sugars for that Britannia Hibiscus to do some numbers on and see what it tastes like. People always ask me, what's your favorite beer? I was like, the one I haven't brewed yet. The sky's the limit with what we're doing here, so it's pretty neat.
Let's go try LSD, which is my Liquid Spiritual Delight, which is my 11.5% beer.
Nice. It's the first time I've ever come on a shoot and been asked if I wanted to try some LSD.
That's probably all we need of that. I'll warm that up. That's 36 degrees, which is way too cold.
Okay.
It tastes a lot better when it's warm, or at least room temperature, 55, 60 maybe.
Oh, wow.
It's a big, thick, chewy beer.
That is delicious.
It's coffee notes, but it's got burn to it too from the booze. It's boozy from the barrels.
That's good.
The first coffee beer I ever did was with LSD, Liquid Spiritual Delight. Went to the guys at Blueprint and talked to them. We tasted and blended and did all this kind of jazz. It was the best beer it was phenomenal. Still say it was my best beer ever made. It was just that coffee and that beer played so well together. It's just amazing what a good coffee can do to a good beer. The sums are greater than the two parts, yeah. So Civil Life brewed their first beer in here before they were up and running. And then Four Hands did the same thing. They were still in the middle of building their brewery. And I told them, why don't we brew a beer together, get their name out there a little bit earlier, and they could work on their beer they were designing. There's no other industry that you can do this. The community is phenomenal. Everybody helps everybody. It's just a great, and like I said, you're making beer. What could be better?